So, we're going to talk about another movie, another rumor, but this time video game wise, which you always have to take with a grain of salt. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about because, in a weird way, it makes sense and it actually could happen. But at the same time, it's like nothing's been confirmed. Like, yeah, nothing's been confirmed, and it still could not happen. So this is. This is you all have to take this from a grain. Really got to take this from a grain of salt because this was all from a single Reddit post, and people have just been running with it. So right out the gate, that's your first red flag. But at the same time, it's like, wouldn't this be fun? And maybe tiny bit it's true because it does sound like something Warner Brothers would do. And what is it? It's a Warner Brothers version of Super Smash Brothers. Now we've already gotten like a few Super Smash Bros. Style games from other companies, and I'm not talking just Nicktoon All Stars. I'm talking, of course, like the PlayStation All Stars game. Yeah, there was that too. I know that wasn't the name, but like, yeah, PlayStation did their own version of that game of Super Smash Bros. And it's not the first, and it's not going to be the last to do like their own version of Super Smash Bros. So, it would make sense that other companies would want to do their own version of the game, and they have their own, they have a video game company to do stuff with. Like, they have NetherRealm Studios. And Warner Brothers Games. They can do this. So there is a lot of credence to this, but the idea of, like, NetherRealm doing this... Now, I do get that NetherRealm wants to do other games outside of Injustice and Mortal Kombat, obviously, and maybe a part of them does want... Like, I could see Ed Boon and all of them wanting to put a division into making a game like this. Now, you may be thinking, oh, they're just ripping off, Nicktoon All-Stars. They saw how popular it was and just want to crank that out. And I'm like... It takes a while to make a video game. Like, it really does take a while to make a video game, so this has probably been in development. It's probably... Nicktoon All-Stars probably just got a head start first and was already going. Like, it was already, like, probably further and ahead, so... And it really does depend on how many characters are in the game, too, or, how many levels, like, maybe... Knowing NetherRealm Studios, they're really perfectionists when it comes to fighting games, so I can only imagine what they would want, and they're also insane, so if this was real, which, again, I have to state, if this is real, like, hypothetically, this would be... And if it's done by NetherRealm Studios, obviously Ed Boon and all of them are going to be really going crazy with it, and also being friggin' perfectionists about it too. So, like I said, you really it would take a while. Like if it's Dave, like Nicktoon All Stars, that had a small game, not a lot of levels, and want to get shot out of a cannon fast as possible. So yeah. Now, the Reddit post does say that there are a few starting characters already, starting with Sub-Zero, Batman, Tom and Jerry. I think there was a few... I can't remember all the characters, but the three that really stuck out were... Oh yeah, the big one was Shaggy. Yeah, Shaggy from, of course, Scooby-Doo, and there's actually... Shaggy plays a reason into this. Like, according to the Reddit post... The main Shaggy was the reason this video game was quote-unquote being in development. Reason being is because, and this actually makes sense, like, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but like, the reason why I think a Super Smash Bros. Game was made just because of Shaggy was because of the hype for the meme, the Ultra Instinct Shaggy meme that it basically ran wild and everyone wanted Shaggy in Mortal Kombat as a DLC character, and even it got so big that even Matthew Lillard, the voice of Shaggy, and also played Shaggy in the live-action movies, also wanted to do that. Like, he was talking about, oh, I'll do the voice, I'll do everything. That's... that's just, like, proof. That's just kind of proof that, it was some major hype. But, of course, Warner Brothers wasn't going to let a child-friendly character into a Mortal Kombat game. But Warner Brothers, according to this Reddit post, Warner Brothers loved the idea so much of having Shaggy in a video game fighting other characters they tossed it around, and this was what spawned the video game. Which I can believe, and again, there's a lot of credence to that being possible, because remember, if you've seen Mortal Kombat Battle for the Realms, if you saw MK Battle for the Realms, that opening scene is Scorpion, getting attacked and dragged away by Ultra Instinct Shaggy. And it's not like Warner Brothers gives into the meme, because Jesus Christ. They also did Big Chungus. They've made Chungus canon in both a mobile app game for Looney Tunes and in Space Jam 2. So yeah, it's not like Warner Brothers isn't paying attention. So again, I do have to stress once again that this this game isn't confirmed, but let's really play with this idea of, wouldn't it be funny if it was what characters could possibly show up in a Warner Brothers style mashup game. Now, obviously, obviously some of the big name characters are going to be from Mortal Kombat and from DC. But the fact that we have they're talking about Shaggy, Batman, and Tom and Jerry also in this game kind of proves that, yeah. And you're probably thinking, oh, M-rated characters shouldn't be in a kids game. It's stupid. Why can't we just have another MK game? Did everyone forget that freaking Metal Gear Solid's M-rated, and Snake got into those games, into the Super Smash Bros. Games? Yeah, and also BioShock, God of War, Kratos, Kratos from God of War, the Big Daddy from BioShock. All of those characters showed up in the PlayStation. What's it? Fucking Needles Kane from Twisted Metal was also in that PlayStation Super Smash Bros. Game. So yeah, it's not like that was meant to be like a T-rated game. That was meant to be like a fun T-rated game, and for all ages. So yeah, I could buy that you could have M-rated characters in. You could have an M-rated character in this series. I can buy that you could have M-rated characters in this video game from past, looking and pointing to other characters from M-rated games or M-rated material in this game, this supposed game. Now the question is, the gaming mechanics also were interesting. That this series was going by the Reddit post, is that this series would be a tag team, but they didn't specify as to how that works. Is it like Tekken Tag, where you can have two characters and switch out between the two, or is it like a 2-player system that you can you have a buddy, it's a co-op game, and you can switch out in between you and your co-player and fight together as a single team, rather than all-out brawl, than an all-out every man for himself. Which I don't think Smash Brothers has ever done, honestly. I don't think any of the Super Smash Bros. Games have ever done. So that's a neat idea of doing a Tekken Tag meets Smash Bros. Idea. Yeah, that actually wouldn't be so bad. So I think that'd be a neat gaming mechanic if this was real. As for characters who could show up, literally anyone's on the table. Obviously, the one for me, if we're going to do this game, since we have Tom and Jerry, get Bugs. Bugs needs to be in this game. If this is real, you need Bugs Bunny for this style of game. And the idea of Bugs Bunny, doing gags and stuff on Scorpion characters, like Scorpion or those kind of characters, that would be hilarious. Just to see Bugs Bunny throw a pie in fucking Scorpion's face, that'd be great. As for other characters, I don't know. Here's the thing. I think Freddy would be fun in here, but Warner Brothers wouldn't allow it. And you're like, oh, Multi, they just said you'd have M-rated content in here. Yeah, but they had this whole stink about not having Freddy in Space Jam 2, which I find hypocritical because, which I find a little bit hypocritical because you had the Droogs from Clockwork Orange in that movie. So forgive me if I call bullshit on your piousness, Warner Brothers. But I think Freddy would be a lot of fun. Again, this is just me kind of talking about this. Jason would be fun if the rights were a total mess. Pinhead's no longer with them. I would say... Oh, this is a tough one. Like, who would be, like, a fun slasher? Well, the Tall Man is over at Universal, I think. I'm not gonna say... actually it'd be kind of fun, like, maybe have Pennywise. There you go. Pennywise. And, it's a child killer. Oh, he was in the movie, too. He was in Space Jam 2 as well, so... but you still won't have Freddy. So yeah, and also, Pennywise is popular. So, the idea of having you have Pennywise finally in a game with Mortal Kombat characters in it, make me happy. So, Pennywise would be a fun character to have in this game. As for others, I would say, obviously, some of the other Looney Tunes characters, Daffy, Elmer Fudd. Personally, I'd want Wile E in here, because I think he'd be a very trap-based character, like Rocket Shoes, and he's just hurting himself every time. Although, if we were to make this like a realistically, probably only 3 characters for Looney Tunes, and that'd be Bugs, Daffy, and either Porky or Elmer. One of those two. What was I gonna say? As for MK characters, apparently they said Sub-Zero is in the game, so I would say something along the lines of, like, maybe just Scorpion, Raiden, or Johnny Cage. The thing is, like, Warner Brothers has, like, a huge vastness of characters that you're surprised that they're owned by, and actually, it'd be kind of fun, like, this would actually be kind of cool as, like, a level, Skull Island. Like, Skull Island, and you see Kong in the background fighting a giant skull crawler. That'd be a fun level. Like, you're in the background, you're just watching Kong fight one of the skull crawlers, or multiple skull crawlers in the background as you're, like, jumping and fighting each other. That'd be a cool level. I don't think you'd have Kong in the game, because obviously he's too frickin' big, but he'd be fun. Skull Island itself would make for a fun level. As for others, definitely the NetherRealm would be a cool level. Since you can't have these characters in here, I would say a fun level would be the Overlook Hotel. Like, that would be a fun background level. Like, you're fighting in the garden maze, and the Overlook Hotel is just in the background. So that'd be a fun level, actually. Like, having the Overlook Hotel, that'd be a cool one. Trying to think of, like, what else, like, cool levels if you couldn't have these characters here. Another character I forgot to mention that is apparent, like, quote-unquote, in the game is Fred Flintstone. So, there are Hanna-Barbera characters we could use, like I'd love to have Johnny Quest here, or Igu from the Herculoids. Birdman. Actually, we could have some Cartoon Network characters here, like Ed. I would love to have Ed, Edd n Eddy here, or Johnny Bravo, or Courage. Samurai Jack. Definitely, I would love to have Samurai Jack in this supposed video game. But yeah, so, again, you really have to take this with a grain of salt, because it's just a random Reddit post, so, got to take it with a grain of salt, but at the same time, it would be fun. Like, this would be a fun game. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this rumor for a new Super Smash Bros. Style Warner Brothers game? Would you guys want to play it? Would you guys not? Comment below, let me know. And once again, if you haven't already, go check out my Patreon to go check out some exclusive videos and posts over there on Patreon. And other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.